Welcome to Insights into Insurance with Tom Sorensen of Americana Insurance Group. All information provided is educational in nature and not intended to be acted upon without first consulting the appropriately licensed professional.
Saturday morning here on KATE. Welcome on into Insights into Insurance with Americana Insurance's Tom Sorensen. And Tom, good morning to you.
Good morning, Paul. How are you doing?
Hey, man, hanging in there. We're getting close. I can't believe we're, 2 weeks removed, 3 weeks removed?
It's again, as I've stated before, where did the year go? That's all I can say.
It's one of those things.
Yeah, it's been a great year, though.
It has, and I'm so happy that we get to broadcast Insights to Insurance with you, because I think a lot of people have great questions that maybe just don't understand some of the intricacies that go into an insurance plan for each individual, because it's always different.
And that's one thing, too, is people need to understand that that's pretty typical of people not understanding insurance. Okay, so I hope they don't feel dumb, stupid, or anything like that about not understanding insurance, because it is a subject that most people don't understand.
It is tough. And I love it because we solicit listener email each and every week. By the way, if you happen to have a question, we're going to give you the email address in a little bit. But we're going to start off with this listener email, if you're set for it, Tom.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Let me hear it.
Okay, it's from Carl, and Carl writes, "Hello, my agent mentioned to me an umbrella policy. I think it is a waste of money. Can you explain what it is and why I would need one? Thank you, Carl." Carl, thanks for writing.
Hey, Carl, I appreciate that question. It's a great question. And first of all, what is an umbrella insurance so that everybody knows? First of all, before I start here, I want to say warning, each company's policy can be different.
Completely.
Completely different, especially on an umbrella policy. But again, I'm going to give you kind of general statements on what most umbrella policies will cover. It's a form of liability insurance, okay? So in a way, it's not protecting you as far as your house, as far as property or anything like that. It could protect your house in a different way, but I'll get into that. It's a form of liability insurance. It's a supplement to other insurance policies. Example, it's a supplement to home, auto, farm, boat, motorcycle, recreational vehicle, commercial policies even. It's the main purpose of an umbrella policy is to protect your assets from any unforeseen event, such as a tragic accident in which you are held responsible for damages or bodily injuries. If another party files a lawsuit against you, your umbrella coverage will pay for the damages you're legally responsible up to the policy limit. And it's basically kind of like a blanket policy. It covers your liability risks.
And this is something that, of course, you mentioned it just a little bit ago, but if you're looking or you want more information on some sort of umbrella policy, please seek your insurance agent, or, of course, I know, Tom, you would love if someone was looking at some potential umbrella insurance to talk with you as well.
Absolutely. Give me a call or our office a call at 507-377-2000. We'd be glad to help you.
Now, let's talk umbrella insurance. What exactly, Tom, does it cover?
Okay. When I actually explain this face-to-face with somebody, I actually draw an umbrella. Okay? And so that you got this roof over all your underlying insurances. So you got your personal liability, you got your auto liability, you could have your farm liability, your boat, you got liability out there when you're actually driving around on the lake, motorcycle, recreational vehicle, and then you got commercial liability. There's a separate commercial umbrella policy. Today we're mostly talking about personal. So what happens is you got your underlying coverages. So example, let's say you got your auto coverage. And again, I like to talk worst case scenarios because that's what hits home. Okay. Again, Paul, let's say you're driving home tonight. You pull out in front of somebody. Let's just say it's a dentist and he's got 3 children. Okay. You hit him and you end up paralyzing him for the rest of his life. Okay. That's a bad situation. I wouldn't wish it upon anybody, okay? But the issue is is you're going to have your underlying auto coverage limits. Again, what we spoke about last week, like maybe 100, 300, 100, or 250,000. Well, that's going to last, I always say, about 1.3 seconds in the court of law if a situation like this happened. Okay? So then where does that other money come from? Well, it can come from your assets. It can come from earnings. It can come from, they put liens on you. Okay? So that's where the umbrella comes in and tries to, is another coverage over and above all your underlying policies.
That's a great thing to know. When it comes to umbrella coverage, because you're adding it into existing coverage that you have, is it something that I can expect as like a homeowner that's going to cost me a lot more?
No, and that's why the umbrella is nice to have. Is it can be very inexpensive coverage. Typically, a typical homeowner can get an umbrella coverage, which is $1 million. You can buy it in increments of $1 million usually. A typical homeowner can buy the first $1 million for $150 to $250 annually. Now, if you keep adding the millions of dollars on top of that, okay, let's say you end up with $3 million. Basically, what I see from my companies, the first $1 million, so let's just say the first $1 million costs $200. The next couple million might cost $100 a piece. Okay, it's usually about half the cost for the additional $1 million.
And that, of course, if you're curious, seek your insurance agent to talk about specifics. We're just tossing out right now general numbers.
Absolutely. Now, on the farm side, again, there's more items there that are at risk. More or less, I would say, in my area of expertise, and what I have had over the years is somewhere usually from $400 to $700 annually.
Excellent. Talking with Tom Sorensen from Americana Insurance on Insights to Insurance. Tom, how exactly does the umbrella insurance work? Is it just real easy, or is it really complicated?
Can be both. Okay. Basically, if again, like I explained before, if you had that auto incident, you exhaust all your underlying liability limits, and then what happens then is your umbrella kicks in. Normally with a small deductible, like anywhere from $250 to $1,000, or zero deductible. Okay. So once that kicks in, and it covers over and above what you have on your underlying limits, it also can help you protect. It does have some broader coverage. It also can help you protect from some lawsuits, even if they're frivolous. Okay. Anybody can sue anybody for anything as long as they find a lawyer that will take it on. Okay?
That's all it takes.
And that's what's scary in today's society. But even if a lawsuit is frivolous, many umbrella policies will pay for the legal defense, which can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Okay? It is not cheap to, some of these court cases can go on for years. Okay? And you can rack up quite an attorney bill. So why do you have it? Main thing is protection of assets. Okay. So you got your homes, you got your autos, you got your retirement accounts, bank accounts, property assets, even future income and future inheritance are exposed. So that would be one of the main reasons why you need to have the coverage.
Okay. I'll tell you what, Tom, let's take a quick 30-second break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about why umbrella coverage is important and also why you really should carry umbrella insurance. You're listening to Insights into Insurance, brought to you by Americana Insurance and Tom Sorensen. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
'Twas the night before Christmas when a mouse chewed on a wire, frying himself and starting a fire. The fire spread to the tree, which burst into flame, burning the presents, both the good and the lame.
A sweater? Yuck!
But the fire trucks rescued the kids' dad and mama, and thank goodness they had insurance with Americana. Bet you never saw that coming.
Wishing you a Merry and safe Christmas. Your friends at Americana Insurance in Albert Lea.
Welcome on back in here on KATE. It's Insights into Insurance with Tom Sorensen from Americana Insurance. And Tom, you were kind of just getting into it here about why an umbrella insurance policy is important. You mentioned something about assets and inheritance. Can you just explain that?
Yeah. And actually, I want to go back to Carl's listener email that he sent too. He said that his agent mentioned to him about an umbrella, and he thinks it might be a waste of money. Well, first of all, I want to commend your agent on actually bringing this forward, and because he's looking at you. Truthfully, as I stated, it's $150 to $250 an annual policy. Okay, I don't think we're going to get too rich as agents off of selling that type of policy. Okay, but he's looking out for the best interest of Carl. Okay, of making sure that he doesn't lose what he has. And that's what, I guess, for me, Carl's saying he thinks it might be a waste of money. Well, I would ask him, depending on what you have for your, I guess, basically of what puts together your assets. Okay, so people typically choose to buy an umbrella policy because they want to prevent the possibility of a financial ruin due to one misstep or unforeseen accident. Okay, can be done, can be happen in seconds. Okay, umbrella insurance can provide the protection to prevent such an outcome. Okay, so for Carl, if he's a typical homeowner, if he thinks that $150 to $250 annually is a good price to protect all of his assets in one unforeseen incident, it's easily something that he could say that is a good thing to buy and not a waste of money. Okay, so yes, and that's the thing is people need to look at, okay, how much or why should I buy an umbrella? Well, again, looking at, it might be a young person. Okay, well, that young person might have gone to school to become let's go back to being a dentist. Okay, his future income earnings is pretty high. Okay, or he might know that he's going to get some inheritance or something like that. So don't always look at it as a snapshot and a picture of time as you are right now, but look at in the future of what you got at risk.
When it comes to umbrella insurance, Tom, if you've sold people, okay, I feel like I should get umbrella insurance, which is, of course, in addition to your existing insurance. Now people are going to wonder, how much exactly should I get?
Great question, because that is the whole thing. What do you got at risk? Okay, first of all, when you buy an umbrella insurance, I think you should consider your risks. Okay, some people might live a little bit more riskier life or have more things at risk in their life, or that could potentially have a larger claim happen in their life. Okay, so you need to consider that. Then also, what are the value of your assets? The more you have, the more you have at risk, obviously. Remember the potential loss of the future income or inheritance. Again, young now, but could see a high net worth or earning potential in the future. So I guess right now I could tell you is I think you should look at your net worth or potential net worth, and that's how much you should possibly look at purchasing.
And these are all things, of course, you should be talking with your insurance agent about, or if you're looking at purchasing umbrella coverage, I know Tom and Americana Insurance would love to do that. Now, Tom, you've covered it once or twice, but in case people weren't listening, I want them to know. Typically, when we say typically, it's a broad range. It's a medium number here. How much is it going to cost a typical homeowner for that umbrella policy?
Again, I would say the average umbrella policy is that people buy is $1 million to $2 million, and that $1 million could cost you anywhere from probably typically a typical homeowner of $150 to $250, and on the farm probably somewhere between $400 to $700. Now, take that and cut it in each additional million is about half of the original first million cost.
Wonderful. Now, Tom, if listeners have a question they would like to submit for us to answer in the upcoming weeks, what's the email address?
Insights@americanainsurance.com.
And what's the phone number in case someone was listening today and they say, you know what, I'm sold on umbrella coverage?
It's 507-377-2000, and we'd love to help you.
And now, Tom, of course, we should just mention real quick here that everything we talked about today, just real general, no specific real case. Ask your insurance agent if you get questions.
Absolutely. And if you don't feel comfortable asking them, give us a call, and I'll try to help you out as best as I can.
Sounds good, Tom. We'll talk with you next week right around 8:45.
Yes. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Insights into Insurance from Americana Insurance Group. All information provided is intended to be educational in nature. Before acting upon any information obtained during the Insights into Insurance radio show broadcast, consult an appropriately licensed professional.